Hi, it's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. I have a couple of small mini journals to show you that I have in the shop right now, and they are, well, not similar in size, but they're on the smaller size. This one here I call Life. It actually goes with this charm that I put here. I believe it's a Tim Holtz charm. Life is about creating yourself. So let's look at this one. This one is in the size of 4 1/4 by 4.5, and it just has a loose closure here. Again, it says fine on its own, but I like to include closure because sometimes maybe you put in more things into it, and then you might need a bit of something to keep it closed. So this one has this beautiful vintage postcard that I got recently, and a button on here, and it goes beautifully with these colors here that I have. That I have in the background as well with my logo, and then a bit of lace, and here's some eyelash trim. This is what it looks like on the top. I like checking those things out too. And in the bottom, so inside are 2 signatures, and we'll go through that and see what's inside here. Let me just get some of these threads off because, you know, they like to congregate around the journal and stick to everything. So inside I have a vintage tiny postcard. They're almost like photos but on firmer cardstock, so I call them postcards. But a beautiful building there. And then I also use the airmail envelope, and inside is just something I printed, how to write all kinds of leases. Now I do have this very super old book that has these types of things in it, like how to write all kinds of leases, a lease for renting a house. So anyway, something to do with the house and old houses. But it has this beautiful image on here. So on the back of it you can write, and I also put some stamps here as well. That's in this first pocket. Here I have fabric in the background, and a bit of a tag with a fabric sample and some sari silk there. And here as well, a cluster, bit of coffee stain paper here, ruffled. Everyday scenes in sunny Italy. This is from a vintage book. And here a little bit more of the postage stamps. You can use a decoration or just leave it in there. This is from a vintage book as well. Looks like these two are having a little bit of maybe a lover's quarrel. And these cute rodents here. Well, not rodents, I'm not sure. But anyways, animals. And bit of a fabric cluster there. Birds. This one is Lily of the Valley. Journaling card. Bit of a ribbon and beads. This is from wrapping paper. This is authentic wrapping paper. Bit of stenciling there. And then inside is another journaling card with fabric sample. A bit of a cluster here on sewn onto fabric. And here fabric as well. A bit of something else that looks like I colored this in 2015. But in the back you have a birdie, and you can color some of your own. Flowers in the middle. I believe from the Wildflowers of the World. This is an empty pocket. You could put something in there. A bit of a tuck in here. Here is, I'm running out now of these lake photographs. I did have a series of them, and I put a bit of a shiny ribbon on there. but a real photograph where, you know, people like to go for some rest and peace. A bit from a book. And just some textures. And a little, I think this is, opens up, maybe it's a journaling spot. Yes, okay, so that's a journaling spot. A small one. And this is, I believe, is still the other side of the sunny Italy. And a ruffled edge here. A cluster. And some more journaling spots here. This is from a sample of wallpaper, real wallpaper. And a strip. And some of the, you know, ribbons I like to use. Vintage card, plain card. And here you can glue something in the middle or right in the middle. And more postage stamps that you can use as decoration. Hovering. Oh, is that what they're doing, the birds? And I found this beautiful blue from a sari silk scarf to match in there. A little bit more of a coloring spot there. And here's a teeny tiny bird over here. Here's a bit of ballet as well. Beautiful scene of this ballerina. And writing here. Another of these photographs. And this one is going by a little bit of a town. This beautiful fabric pocket. And then this is the middle of the second signature. And a bit of a pocket here. A little bit more of the Lily of the Valley journaling card. Love these flowers, very pretty color. And not sure that's more of ballet, possibly. Yeah, popular ballet, yes. And a pocket you can use. A bit more of the journaling spot here. Porcupine. Look at the babies on this one. So cute. Yeah, I've seen somewhere on TV where they hang on to their mother on top like this for dear life, but it's so cute. Oh my goodness. And looks like maybe a bit of a squirrel tail here. And a bit of an owl over here. And a blank journaling tag that you can use to write on or just collage. And here's the other side of the postcard. And the other side of the postcard here has the message. So you can read all about that. And also has just this beautiful vintage look. There's a lady sitting here. The colors are very pastel or Polaroid, maybe as they call the one of those filters, Polaroid filter, and beautifully stained fabric here. And so that's the end of life. Life is about creating yourself. And the closure is just wrap around. And I just put a couple of knots on it, that's all. Loose, so that, you know, you can open it easy. So this one is October 1894. And let me see if I can get this undone. This closure is attached here. It is glued over here. You can put something in here in the back. It is like a belly band there. Here it is glued on. So, and it has a home here and a button, ribbons. Now the pocket is in here instead of in the very front, and I have some collaging papers here. And this is a journaling card that I printed of a porch, beautiful golden colored porch with these tall pillars and gardens, and then an authentic altar. It says the altar of St. Andrew's Chapel. A very beautiful black and white image. So these go in this pocket. And then here I also included a photograph. Looks like he is with his doggy here, maybe in the backyard. And in the back, it actually does show August 9th, 1938. Very beautiful. And beautiful sepia color. And this is some authentic music paper there. And this is from a small book. It was the first page there. And a bit of a poem. Bluebird. And here's a double pocket. A little bit of a postcard that I made. And a collaged tag that I made with eyelash trim. And here it has gingerbread decorations in a house. And just a tiny tag here. And more houses here as well from a book. This is that paper that I have, very, very old. And yes, unfortunately, it is upside down. But, you know, you can either put something on it, or it's really just for texture, because it's beautiful textured and already stained on its own. And then I put a bit of a writing spot on top with some copper, maybe copper color fabric. And then here's a bit of like a notebook here with sari scarf on top, and a vintage postcard. It is blank, so you can write on this one, this pocket. And here I have France and her neighbors and some beautiful sculptures. And in here I have a larger notebook in this beautiful blue that I printed, that was from a book, like a book cover, and with this craft paper here. So it's a little bit hefty, and it's got a bit of sari trim on there. And looks like from dictionary book page. And then I put these vintage postage stamps on this belly band. And then here is, you got some writing spots, and looking at this beautiful, beautiful scene here in the meadow, and in the back are these beautiful gates. But you can still put a note or two on those. And coffee stained paper with eyelash trim at the edge from a vintage book. Just a little spot to write on. And this is from a vintage book as well. It looks like this one, I believe, is about horses. This beautiful depiction of maybe where they're training horses or showing horses. Maybe this gentleman owns it. Here's some fabric and beautiful lake. Here, this is also from a smaller book, Honeysuckle, and just has beautiful images on it. And fabric tag in here as well, with this sparkly and embroidered fabric. And then here a card with more sparkles there. So that's the middle. This one only has one signature, and let me see, October 1894 has about 44 pages. Lots of collaging with paper and with fabric. So speaking of fabric, here's a little fabric sampler. And you can write in the back as well. Fabric tabs as well. A bit of my paint left over on this parchment paper. And then a few different papers, including a vintage book page for collaging. And you don't necessarily have to be collaging in this book. I mean, you can use it in any other book journal that you might have on the go. Herbs and spices. This was also at the front of a book, a small book, because eventually I use up all the pages that have flowers on them, but I think this is still very pretty, even if it doesn't have a big flower on it. And just a little bit of fabric left over here, and a poem. And here are a few like clusters, just a few things for decorating the journal. And here's a larger photograph that I have. This one is in front of a house. It looks like the steps in front of someone's house, and they're lined up. It looks like maybe father, mother, and either daughter or sister, I'm not sure. But they're lined up, and their shadows are right along there as well. I like that. That's anytime something like that, I'm like, oh, I have to stare at it for a while to see what's going on. And a larger fabric sample here from a sari scarf. And in the back, I have book pages and my logo. And the very back here also has a pocket with a porch that I printed, but it just looks so pretty. This is on beige cardstock paper, so you can write on that. And then I have more postage stamps that you can use somewhere, and a bit of some blue paper, and just a card, the same punch here, but this one has fabric on the back, so you can use those as well. Okay, so this one, October 1894. Let's see if we can close this one up. So it just comes up and then just around the bottom a couple times and you're good. So I have these two journals in the shop. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you're having a good day. Again, it's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. Take care. Bye-bye.